wisdom for the modern 21st century. How to heal the mind, how to heal the body for ourselves and for others. And totally to heal all the chronic sickness of the mental afflictions that we have discussed this morning. That's our principal objective that we're going through, to really get rid of all the mental afflictions. If we cannot get rid of this, maybe for a few days we feel good, but still it will come back, as we discussed. It's like a rubber band, you know. So let's focus to purify mental afflictions. This is the only, you see, Buddha's teaching can give you the opportunity. There's no other. Even this modern science, the very sophisticated scientists who can explain you so many things, but they have no wisdom how to delete our mental afflictions, you know. So to get rid of mental affliction is something unprecedented. What do you mean? What is, how you can do that? So as we have discussed, all those modern technologies, science, you know, it's all just how to feed your mental affliction. They give you how to satisfy all your mental afflictions, especially desire, attachment. And so, like I said, all the wars, fightings, we all to defeat others so that you satisfy. Then the outcome is nothing but only suffering for oneself and others. The lot of casualties, the lot of casualties, the mental afflictions. You see, so Dharma is such a precious, you know. All the focus we should have, the focus is to how to delete, how to minimize all these mental afflictions. In the Buddha's teaching, there's a lot of things, as we've discussed, like chakras, channels, so there are so many things, you know. But sometimes we're disoriented, you know, how to work with our mind. Even high views, the High Lama comes, teacher comes, they say, we'll give you teachings, the Mahamudra and the Dzogchen, you know, very high view. You say, I'm sure you have received those teachings. And then they say, it's just mind plays. There's nothing to give up. There's no virtue. There's no non-virtue. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
It's just, you know, like a waves, the ocean. It's like a cloud. Come and go. Just relax. And so when you hear there's nothing to give up, you know, there's no afflictions to give up. There's no, you know, yes, in reality, yes, there's no affliction exists. But we have, you know, you cannot deny that, you know. For a few days you feel so good. Oh. But then when things goes wrong, and everything's manifesting, then you know what to do. And then when they become so strong, It's not just a play. It's real, There you suffer. There you say, what went wrong, Or sometimes very powerful deity, or you chant the mantra, everything will be okay, All the obstacles will be get rid of, because they're very powerful. And so, okay, I'm so lucky to have this. But then things goes wrong. What happened? Where are they? Because I receive letters, said then what to do, and what should I say? Well, I cannot say they are wrong. It is true, but at the same time, I cannot say that's right. There's a dilemma. So that's what yesterday, today we went through. It's so important for us. Really, how to take care in the relative state. Those are in the absolute state. There's nothing to give up. It's the absolute state, yes. As we went briefly, when you look at your awareness vividly, clearly, then there's nothing. It's just you cannot see anything, nothing to see. Nothing to see. Seeing that is seeing. Then it's just nothing to give up. But in reality, we have those. We cannot ignore them. The heroine is in a relative state. In absolute state, there's no heroine. No, there's no Holy Ghost. There's no animal. See? But in the relative, we have those. And we suffer. Sometimes we suicide or suicidal, So you see, so we have to work with in the relative state those things. Very important. That very relative nature itself is nothing but enlightened nature. So as mentioned, one hand, two sides of samsara and nirvana, See, but we have to understand this, purify, and that's why Miriam went such a great training, hardship training. We went through that, Otherwise, Marba, why he gives Miriam so a hard time, Yes, torturing him so much, to digest the ultimate state. We need this all relative state training. Then you say Dharma. Yes, Dharma gives you such a precious opportunity. See, these teachings are so profound, short, but you see, very concise, at the right point. There's some scholars that spend years studying all the sophisticated philosophies, teachings, In the West, what we have opportunities, we went to school, So you have at least like a college degree, university degree, This is all education, wisdom. So that when you have that kind of foundation, good education, like you study science, technologies, or say like economy, computer science, so you went those. It's very good foundation for the Dharma study, practice. Dharma is educational. So that you don't have to really study all these things, Of course, if you have time, you can do, study all the details. Like mathematical schools, there's so many studies by Nagarjuna in the Dharmakirti, Chandrakirti writings. And then Asangas, all those, as I mentioned, the 5 treatises of Maitreya. You can study those, you can read those things if you have time. But if you don't have time much to read all of this, at least like read Jewel Ornament of Liberation, That will give you complete idea of this teaching. So far, 16, I have translated, wrote few books. I'm sure you have heard also those you to read those. I did this just for your reading, not to you to get this last few years. There's just one new book came. What is that? The secret places, secret teachings, footsteps, following footsteps of Buddha. And then there's one book, there's Four Dharmas of Kampupa. And before that, there's a complete guide to Buddhist path. And then you see there's a jewel ornament of liberation and the garland of Mahamudra practices. There's a few books like that. So those all translated, made commentaries, writings, or just for your study and practice. So please understand that. So when you read those, so work hard, put together. So, okay. So now, this afternoon, we just look at this. Let me see. There's also you can, if you have this book, you can read. The shorter one. What is this? 561, page 85. So we study this one today. Okay. Now, first, you understand this. When you do meditation, that's called preparation, and actual meditation and conclusion. Jorma Jesum, Jorwa, Jorwa is preparation. So as we have discussed, cultivate the mind, to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings, taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, cultivation of the bodhicitta. So those are first very important. That establishes the purpose of our practice. Then the main practice, study main practice. Then conclusion, how you conclude. So he is talking about all this. Sometimes we do those incomplete. Sometimes we just sit there without any what was the goal of your meditation. You just want to relax and sit there. And then after some time, if something happens without conclusion, you get up and go. So you have to have these three parts. First, second, third. First is called preparation. Second is called actual practice. Third is called conclusion. So Okay, so I have indicated a few times during this meditation, yesterday, this morning. So now here, more precisely, is explaining. If you have not awakened to Buddhahood, it is the fault of not knowing how to dedicate merit. So here also have the complete method, but more specifically how to dedicate. Okay. So again, the precious Guru said, all of us have not awakened to perfect Buddhahood in the beginningless cycle of existence, from beginners to up until now. We have not free from samsara. We have not achieved enlightenment. So what went wrong? What happened? See? If we wonder what is to blame for this, it is the fault of not knowing how to dedicate merit. See, it's a very important part. If we think, but surely we have gathered an immeasurable accumulation of merit. It is true that we have gathered an immeasurable accumulation of merit. See, in the past, in the past, we're coming from beginner's time. And somewhere here, there, we did a lot of good, like generosity, generous practice. There's some people really give a lot to others, other foundations, projects. There's so many poor people in there. There's some are very generous. They just give millions, you know. So through this, we have accumulated merit here and there. That's definite, because coming from beginner's time. Of course, sometimes we are born very poor place. Sometimes we are born in the animal realm. Different places we have born. Sometimes we are born as very rich, and did so wonderful things. So here's this is very important, as you see. It's true that we have gathered an immeasurable accumulation of merit, but we have dedicated it to fame, renown in this life. See how to become famous. There's some rich people that go around, I have done this. Then people say, oh, so wonderful. Oh, you've done so great. So they enjoy the fame. And they're respected. They enjoy the honor. They enjoy the honor. They enjoy the respect. They enjoy the fame. And that merit is consumed there. Make sense? So you look at this. And we do a lot of those things to become successful. If I keep this, then I become successful. I become famous. Then if I do business, I'll be very famous. Like for elections, you give millions, and then that person becomes famous, powerful. That much they achieved. You see how much wisdom is here now. See, these are very simple, very profound. See, we have dedicated to fame, renown in this life, to the 8 holy concerns. You know the 8 holy concerns? You know those, you see. Very clear, you know. And if you don't know those, one of my books is called the Diamond Rosary. Do you have that copy? Yeah, you should have. Diamond Rosary. There I explain those 8 holy concerns, you know, the 4 courses of the samsara. Yeah, in that book I have. Yeah. 8 holy concerns. And to attainment of the state of hearer or solitary realizer. That is also better, you know, at least to free from samsara. But oneself, I can't bear the suffering of samsara. I cannot do anything for others, but I'm so tired being samsara. I want to achieve arhats, Sharavaka arhats, Buddha arhats. We just dedicate for that. It is, of course, to free from samsara, but it's not Buddhahood. It's much better than the samsaric dedication, you know, dedication for samsaric achievement, but still not the ultimate. So here you see, here a solitary realizer means Buddha. We will achieve those goals, but will not achieve perfect Buddhahood. As you dedicate it, as you aspire to achieve, you achieve those because of your accumulation of merit, virtue, that you dedicate to achieve that, and you get that. Then finish. See. So, therefore, the cause for achieving perfect Buddhahood is the precious mind of bodhicitta, you see. So bodhicitta is important at the beginning. Bodhicitta is important at the middle. Bodhicitta is important at the end. That's what it's called. Dharma is, as you know, the Dharma is always virtue at the beginning, virtue at the middle, virtue at the end. Then follow that with the bodhicitta mind, then you follow the path. If you wonder what that is, it is thinking or contemplating. May all sentient beings who are as infinite as space have happiness. May they be free from suffering. May they attain perfect Buddhahood. After following that intention, make the dedication, you see. Just say, I'm just one individual from the limitless sentient beings. No. So I'm one individual. How important that is? Not important. Countless sentient beings are important. In the democratic system, the majority is all sentient beings. I'm one individual, but I, one individual, will serve all sentient beings. Before you practice, before you start meditation, you sit down. I will cultivate bodhicitta, take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and I will work for all the sentient beings. See, I'll be the service of the Buddha. I'll be the service of the sentient beings. You just meditate. And at the middle, with this mind, then you practice whatever meditation you do, even shamatha, vipassana, chanting mantra, visualization, mahamudra, whatever you do, you just practice with that mind. Then at the end, this, all the practices that I've done, and all the virtues, as earlier we said, bring together in your mind of the bodhicitta, then I dedicate this to attain complete Buddhahood for the benefit of us all, sentient beings. And that brings us such great joy, So in the Shanti, there was text mentioned, Buddha Avatara, Deepa Panchit Tungemes. Because you are purifying all the non-virtues, you are free from suffering. Because you're so wise, you become wise in the practice of bodhicitta. It always gives you support, courage. The wrong view, non-virtuous thought, is nothing but only cause of suffering. You can see in the world. Sonam Kini Luiteras, he said, because of avoiding non-virtues, accumulating merits, your physical body feels lighter. Kyobpa in sentiments. And because you are so wise in the practice of bodhicitta, your mind is always blissful. Sonam Kini Luiteras, Kyobpa in sentiments. So if you stay in the samsara, that bodhisattvas, how it can be, feeling sad, because you are constantly helping other sentient beings. This is such marvelous teaching. Even I have suffering, it's okay. I can practice bodhicitta. This is, as this morning mentioned, just purification of my karma. I am very happy to accept this. Then if you practice both with this bodhicitta, relative bodhicitta, when you practice the ultimate bodhicitta, means practice of emptiness, Mahamudra. This morning we have some short teaching. When you understand that, the bodhisattvas are very happy, joyful to go to like animal realms to help sentient beings. And they have no fear, no attachment for one's own. It's because of the realization of the emptiness. So this is real, It's not a fantasy. If you practice this, you will happen that it happens. So that's why Bodhisattva was reborn repeatedly, again and again to help other sentient beings. Even though the world goes with turmoil, chaos, but the Bodhisattvas, they never lose their courage. So, especially they feel privileged when it's a difficult time, then I can work, I can help others. When everything goes well, we thought, no need Dharma, no need Bodhisattva so much, because everything's fine. When the world is difficult, then there we need these Dharma teachings to establish your mind with courage, wisdom. Now, therefore, I think this will achieve perfect Buddhahood. Therefore, the cause for achieving perfect Buddhahood is the precious mind of Bodhicitta. Then follow that if you wonder what that is thinking, may all sentient beings who are infinite as a space have happiness. May they be free from suffering. May they attain perfect Buddhahood. After following that intention, make the dedication. See, what root of virtue should be dedicated? We should dedicate all the root of virtues that we have, that we and other sentient beings have accumulated in the past, present, future. Whatever limitless root of virtues you have created in the past, from time without beginning, are called past roots of virtue. Where whatever limitless root of virtue you create in the present are called present roots of virtue. Whatever you will create in the future until you attain Buddhahood are called the future roots of virtue. So it's the past, present, future. The roots of the virtue that exist in the mind stream of all sentient beings, whether they are of the nature of the naturally pure element, free from attachment, anger, and ignorance, or of the nature of the element of the virtue, the essence of the Sukata, means Buddha nature, are the rules of virtue that exist. In this way, may all beings, sentient beings, whatever virtues they have done in the past, are doing at present, or will do in the future, be completely good on all levels, just like the excellent ones. So you gather all virtue together. The dedication is as follows. To what should these root of virtues be dedicated? To perfect awakening, What is the method or way of doing this dedication? Is it done while resting in meditative equipoise, Please do this dedication while resting in meditative equipoise without distraction. So when you, as I read this, may I and all sentient beings in the samsara and nirvana, through this root of virtue, accumulated and present throughout the three times, quickly attain the precious, unsurpassable, perfect awakening. May this be so. So when you do this dedication prayer, you must practice, must do this without the distraction. Okay? Without distract your mind in any other place. Just only one pointed. Virtuous mind. Because when you are saying this prayer, dedication, but different thoughts may come. Attachment, anger, resentment, anything can manifest, So make sure none of these, we are talking this morning, mental afflictions not arise. Nothing but this loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. And based on that, all the virtues as mentioned here, the virtue of the past, virtue of the present, virtue of the future, virtue of myself, virtue of all the sentient beings, the virtue of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arahats, Sharavakas, all this gathered in the mandala of your bodhicitta mind. And then this you dedicate. May this virtue become a cause, root cause, that all sentient beings free from samsara achieve enlightenment, and you just rejoice. See, and you just seal that virtue for the enlightenment. That's how you make the connection. It's very precious, isn't it? See, these are so very important. It gives teachings a complete way. Whatever you're practicing becomes a complete, just it makes a complete direction towards the enlightenment. Even in the Jewel Ornament of Liberation mentioned in that book, you look at the practice of the generosity, they mentioned dedication. So in the past, what went wrong that we haven't achieved Buddhahood? So because we didn't know how to dedicate. Now here makes more emphasis, direct cause. So we should cherish these things. These things are such an important point. There your life becomes so meaningful. You feel really good. When you die, also you can say, now my whole life, whatever I practice Dharma, practice bodhicitta, everything what I've done good, this all become a call to everybody free from samsara. Achieve enlightenment. And then you feel so relieved, there's nothing to attach. No attachments there. You feel so relaxed. So here they said, that's the words of precious Guru. This precious Guru is Jigten Sungpan, the protector of the three worlds, the form world, formless world, the desire world, the form world, the formless world. These are three worlds. The protector of the three worlds were written down by the Shakya monk called Sonam Thapa. Sonam Thapa is a nephew of Jigten Sungpan. Is equal to Jigten Sungpan, said. Highly established, great master. So he's a disciple of Jigten Sungpan, who has abandoned all the pretense and pretentiousness. That there's no fabrication, there's no contrive. It's written as the Jigten Sungpan said, which is taught by Buddha. So through this dedication practice, then sooner or later, we will be free from samsara, achieve enlightenment, because we made the connection. All that we have dedicated toward that direction. Now, regarding to these and others, if you have any questions, we can discuss, we can talk. First of all, how you feel is good?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it seems like all of these are encapsulated, I guess you could say, enclosed in the four immeasurables.
Yes. Oh,
It's like everything.
Yes.
Everything at the beginning,
Yes.
in the middle, and even the dedication
Yes.
is really just kind of an expression of the four immeasurables.
Yes.
You know, it's just like that. You know, we always think of that as being some preliminary thing, but it's really
So that's
the whole of it.
that's what Jigten Sungpan said. The preliminaries are more important than actual. You see. Look at this out this. Did I talk about this? Oh, it was there, yes. Look at how this, I taught this last time when I was here. With this whole our party, what do you call that?
Five aggregates.
Five aggregates. It's called five aggregates. Form that you see, I can see, I touch, I can see is form. Has a color, shape, this form through the eyes, and also through the ears, sound is also form. Smell also from the form. And taste, food is also from the form. Touch is also from the form, So these form, Zuk in Tibetan, form, body. Then next, feeling. So there's a feeling. We have this, I feel good, I feel not good. When you see something, oh, beautiful, not beautiful, there's feeling. Or sound, taste, or there's a feeling. I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling depressed. Or I feel good. So, you have that feeling. Then the third is called perception. You perceive, you perceive colors, size, big, small. All is called perception. Third. The fourth is formation. All the mental activities. It's called mental factors. these mental factors, then we think so much and we create karma. So it's called mental active formation, mental formation. Then the fifth is called consciousness, eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mental consciousness. Basically, there's 6 consciousnesses. So these are called 5 aggregates. So it's all talking about this now. See, in the samsara, where we're having this I, is the basis of the I, ego, attachment to I. I hold as one, permanent. It's many, but I'm holding as I, one, I, one, and permanent. So it's like a permanent. This is when I was 5 years old. This now I'm 50 years old. This now I'm 80 years old. It's a sense of like a permanence. Then my feelings, I want to have a joy, happiness, and that kind of perception, like this kind of, this whole being is like you want to have a perfect joy, happiness, which is not there. As we discussed, when you have a nice lunch and you enjoy more, it becomes a suffering. Suffering of change is come, So this you see, and then it's in Shanti, there was text mentioned, you investigate your body. First you look at the skin here on the top. Why you are discriminating wisdom? Skin. What's underneath skin? Flesh, nerve system, blood. Then underneath that, bones, the nerves. Then underneath the because inside the bone, marrows. So now you investigate what's there, what essence is there. So you said, you yourself investigate. Toma papa rimbata rangil boy tateche. Shaya ribe trawale shirab tsunji yechelas. Rubanam ja chechela, chechela, Rubanam ja chechela. The name is the marrow, no? Then you just see what the essence is there. But we don't realize that I am so very important. Actually, I'm a skeleton. This skeleton is sitting on the throne. So I'm talking about, That's how we're confused. It's called confusion. The confusion is caused by ignorance. You see. There's this, what I'm attached to this, holding I, ego, fixated, grasping, all this, mental, all this. And I have the suffering of birth, which we don't remember. But if you read your ornament of liberation, the birth of the suffering, the birth there, described so precisely, because Gambuba was a great physician, doctor. He was a medical doctor, very famous, not just ordinary. He studied from many famous doctors medical doctor, you know. So he knows all about this, how the child is conceived, you know. And then it's 9 months and 10 days, how just stay in the mother's womb, going through all the steps every week, every day, you know, until birth. He described, you look at this, you know. So like this, you see, we don't see these things. Oh. And because our body, we need the house. If there's no body, we don't need house. You know, because the body, we need cars. And the cars, we need insurance. Because when you got the car, it's not really insured, isn't it? Just on and on, you see. Health insurance. How much you have to work hard to protect this body. Then, of course, food, no, all these things. We need TV because the body. All this smartphone because the body. Then it's aging, getting old, difficult to get up, difficult to sit down, you know. There's a story. One time, Milarepa, he was going, you know, asking lunch, you know, this, can I have a lunch today, you know? He was free, you know. Then he met, there's a group of people there. And then there was a young woman. She said to Milarepa, you go to that house and I will come soon. So then Milarepa went to that house. In the house, this old woman, you know, difficult to get up. But then Milarepa knocked the door. No, I want to have a lunch here. And this old woman was very furious. No, that time, you know, they make the fire in the stove, you know. So she just hold one handful ash to throw Milarepa's face, you know. But she brought, and then she scolded Milarepa. These, like you people, just wandering everywhere, you know. So Milarepa said, just a minute, just wait a minute. You will time to throw me the ash on my face, but first you listen this. Then Milarepa just told all her experience of life, you know, because Milarepa knows, you know, the nature of our life, you know. When you are young, you are doing this, then you are married, then you get up early in the morning, you go to bed late, you know, you have to take care of the house, you know, you are like a slave, you know, you have no salary in the house, you know, so like that, you know, so, you know.
Or salary.
No.
Salary.
That's now you are getting old, you know, so you can't get up easily. You know, everybody looks down on you, you know. And when Milarepa said, "Oh, high experience," then she was just totally just everything what Milarepa said was in her life. She experienced. And the ashes in her hand just dropped on the ground, you know, and tears built in her eyes. And then this young woman came in. So then she said to Milarepa, what did you do? She's crying, you know. And then she said, no, she didn't say anything. No, he didn't scold me, but what he told me is everything just I experienced. Now I'm old, I have no time much to practice Dharma. You are young, this teacher is really good, you must study with him and practice Dharma. And then the young woman said, oh, you're both are wonderful. See, even the thunderstorm agrees. They say, yes, that's true. So like that, you see, because our body were aging, we get sick because of this. Oh, you just imagine how much we go through in the samsara, our body. There are poor countries that don't have insurance. And those who are rich country who have insurance, but still we suffer. How much you have to pay the insurance? Look at those, you see. Now when you have Dharma practice, teaching, receive these teachings, you understand all about these things. Oh, then you understand at the end of the day, no matter how much you make effort in the samsara, there's nothing, is essence. You work all your life. You have to leave everything behind. As yesterday mentioned, even your bodies don't belong to us, don't belong to me. Even though I cherish so much, I have to leave behind. It's not belong to me. Nothing is belong to me. Only if I have Dharma practice, that only can help me. How much I become famous doesn't help at the time of death. How much I become rich doesn't help at the time of death. How many good families I have doesn't help at the time of death. Even I have to leave this body behind. It's just have to go by myself. Then you see this. Now what essence? Dharma teaching. The wisdom, the bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion. Look at this. And then everything you understand, everything's illusory nature. Everything's just reflection. Reflection of your karma. Reflection of your mind. See, oh, it's just reflection. Look at this. And then you train your mind. All this, as we're talking about the bad habit of samsara, purify those. It takes time. It's called deconstruct the dimension of samsara. Deconstruct the habit of the samsara and rebuild your enlightened dimension. Do this. Then see the practitioners, the Dharma practitioners, they die joyfully, happily. So that's what we say. At least we have the dedication prayer. At the end we say, at least may I realize as it is and die joyfully, happily. See, this gives us the Dharma practice. When these things and practice Dharma, then not only you can help all your family and love all these people around. Then indirectly, every sentient beings. As you are saying, all mother sentient beings. That's what Buddha's wisdom, that, as I mentioned, Buddha taught the Dharma teachings over 2,000, about 600 years. Still, Dharma is benefiting, everywhere now. Those who are interested. But to hear the Dharma, we need very good karma. So when you hear the Dharma, you have done something good in your previous life. So you rejoice that, and I will do better. Especially when you're interested in Dharma, especially when you say, oh, Dharma is so precious. Some things, nothing makes sense. Have you heard of Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. Yeah. He ruled whole Asia, even part of Europe. At the time of his death, what he said, still I'm not satisfied. With that man, with that what he died. He killed so many people, capturing, conquering all in Asia, then came to the European countries, That's why I say we should learn how to rejoice, how to content yourself. When you read Narjuna's letter to his friend, King, he said in that book, said, the wealth from within the wealth, the best wealth is understanding of the contentment that is said by Buddha. He said, Buddha said this. Therefore, you should learn how to content. If you know how to content yourself, if you don't have wealth, you are rich. It doesn't mean you should be poor, Okay. If you have a wealth, if you don't know how to content, you're still poor. Some rich people are so poor. They feel very poor. I don't have enough, I want to have this much, but still I don't have that, If they have a few millions, few millions, still, oh, I want more than that, and I'm still poor, very poor. Those who know how to content, they're rich. Oh, I'm so good. If you have enough food to eat, a place to live, so good. Look at the other countries, some other countries, so poor. They even don't have the food to eat that day, starving to death. Compared to this, we are rich. So practice contentment. Contentment means, it doesn't mean you have to be poor, as mentioned. Contentment means you rejoice what you have. Even if you have few millions, they say, I'm so good, I have millions, so I'm so good. If you know how to content about that, you're rich. If you have, like, say, a couple thousands, so I have a couple thousand, I'm really good. you are rich. Make sense? Yes.
Khenchen, there's a sentence in this text that I'm wondering if you could speak a little bit to. The roots of virtue that exist in the mind streams of all sentient beings, whether they are of the nature of the naturally pure element or of the nature of the element of virtue, the essence of the Sugatas, are they different? Or how do we understand those two natures?
Okay.
It's in the third paragraph.
다 친절서 맞이게 보통 봐도 제발라 마오베테 사와 서와인스 라시 탐지 줄라 되자시다 띠무 메베 컴라시 남을 다감 라시 there is there's I think there's have you read that before? Oneself and others in the mind stream, absence of attachment or desire, anger, hatred, or ignorance. Absence of this called Kamrashi number Tapa. It's called the pure of the elements. Is that there, right? How should you read that one?
I think so. It's the bottom half of that. third
Yeah, you see,
paragraph
maybe I'll read this.
On
You
page
see.
85. The roots of virtue that exist in the mind streams of all sentient beings.
Whatever limitless root of virtue you have traded in the past from the time without beginning called past root of virtue. Whatever limitless virtue or root of virtues you created in the present called the present root of virtues. Whatever you will create in the future until you attain Buddhahood are called the future root of virtues. The roots of virtue that exists in the mind stream of all sentient beings, whether they are of the naturally pure element. This you see, naturally, you read this, naturally pure element free from, say, attachment, anger, and ignorance, all of that the nature of the element of virtue. So in the absence of these three portions, that mind is called the root of virtue naturally, means in the absence of these three portions, your mind is virtuous mind. That's why it's mentioned when you dedicate, make sure none of this, any of this mental afflictions, the poisons, not rise, not occupy your mind. When you said dedication prayer, free from these three poisons, and then that dedication practice becomes such a pure and perfect. Because the three poisons is the kind of, it's like a hook of the samsara. It takes your attention into samsaric state. Make sense?
It does, Rinpoche, so right after that, it refers to, it says, or of the nature of the element of virtue, the essence of the Sugatas. Is that different from being free of the three?
Yes, and ignorance or of the nature of the element of virtue. So that is the essence of the Sukata, is the Buddha nature.
So that has no defilements whatsoever.
And, Yes, Sukha, the nature is free from all, defilements. Okay. This is for us, for this our state. When you go higher and higher state, meditation achieves, then these also three portions helps you to enhance your Dharma practice. You look at their nature and then they are not exist anywhere, and that helps to progress your practice. And the very nature of this three portions, their nature itself is nothing but emptiness. But at the beginning, yes, we have to understand that. But the mind is free from these three portions, and mind as it is called Sukata Karma.
Thanks.
Okay.
A follow-up to that. So the mind free of the three poisons
Mhm.
is naturally pure.
Yes,
And the mind of the Sugata Garbha, the Sugatas,
yes,
recognizes not only the natural purity, but the emptiness of it as well. Is that the difference that they're establishing here?
what it's saying here is not, as when I read the Tibetan here, Rashi Tamjeji Gyula Doja Shetan Timu Nebe Kam Rashi number Takam. Dishi Nimbo Kam Kawa Yoba Dela. So this mind free from these three portions, which is a pure element, that is called Kamrashi number Tawa is called the naturally as a pure by itself. And that is called the Sukata Karma. Okay, here. Takam Deshinimbu Kamkawa. So Deshinimbu is a Sukata Karma. It's called the virtue of the element. Okay. That is called the innate virtue. Okay. Thought is called innate root virtue. Okay. Yeah. This is very profound.
Is that what allows you to take the defilements or the afflictions and transform them into wisdom?
No,
When you get to
yeah, that is our final goal to reveal that. So to do that in the relative state, we have the wisdom to understand about these things and then put into practice. See, put into practice and means how to delete information, these all adventitious obscurations, which is three portions, Then we go progress step by step. So to understand, to know the Sukata Karma is not easy. In the Buddha Sutra said, even the 10th Bhumi Bodhisattva who achieved the 10th Bhumi have very vague wisdom to see it, like elephant in the darkness. Only Buddha has the wisdom to see it precisely. So I'm sure you have heard of there's some different scholars that debate, So they're about this. It's not easy, Not easy thing. But this Lord Jitsu was Buddha. You should understand that. He was Buddha. So at the time of Buddha, you have heard the story, the Dayushunu, Kachandra Prabhava Kumara Bodhisattva. Have you heard of that? In Rajgiri area in India. The Bodhisattva was born in that area. Then one time he requested Buddha to teach Samadhi Raja Sutra. Have you heard of that? He requested Buddha to teach that Samadhi Raja Sutra. So then Buddha taught that for days with thousands of bodhisattvas and lay people around, monks and nuns, all there. Then near the end of that teaching, then Buddha asked all the assembly, in the future, who can uphold this teaching, promote this teaching to the sentient beings? Nobody could come up and say, I will do. And that Bodhisattva, Chandrakumara Bhargava, he stood up. He said, I will do in the future. So then at that time, many Bodhisattvas raised, come up. When you do this, I will help you, or we will help you. No. Then after that, when all these discussions went on, then Buddha also said, I will also come to uphold this teaching, promote this teaching in the future. See, now that in Tibet, near end of the 11th century, Kyobpa, he came, and he was disciple of Milarepa. He also studied all the Kadamba school. He combined those two lineage. And then Milarepa put so much emphasis, you must practice Dharma. You go to retreat. Until you achieve certain state, you must continue your practice. So then Milarepa said, now you go, do retreat yourself. So then for 6 years, he was retreat Kyobpa. After 6 years, then he attained Buddhahood, enlightenment. And then he went to Dharmakaya, where he resided and taught the Dharma teaching. So thousands of disciples came from all over Tibet, because his teaching was so effective, because he himself established enlightenment, So then, after establishing his monk Sangha members, there are 3 very famous disciples, senior, highly accomplished in their study practice. They have such a great ability to transform alchemy, the metal into gold, the alcohol into nectar. They have literally have that ability. But that monastery is very strict in discipline. So then one time, there are 3 special students of Kyobpa. They are very close friends each other. First, one is Pamutuba, the teacher of Jitasuba, Pamutuba. The other one is first Karmapa. And then there's another one. Also, there's 3. So then the other ones suggest, now let's make us a chalk offering. Chalk offering. And then we use the alcohol for the chalk, Gana Chakra offering, And Pamutuba said, oh, here the discipline is very strict. Maybe we better not perform that. And the other one said, doesn't matter, we can do it, we should do it. He insists. So anyhow, they did it. And then the discipliner, the monk, came to know, and he was furious. Don't you know our strict rule of this monastery? How you can do this? It was in the evening. Get out of here. You are not belong to here. And then the other Pamutova, they said, no, they explained how they did it, so offerings, not in the ordinary way. No. And the discipliner said, no, don't talk too much. We just got to get out of here. And then they said, at least can we see our teacher, Kambupa? We want to just say hello to him before we leave. And the discipliner was so strict, no, you have no chance. You just go. And then they said, it's now so dark. There's no light, We can't see the road, So please let us stay tonight here and we'll leave in the morning. And they said, yes, as soon as the dawn starts in the morning, you can see the road, you just leave. And then in the morning they left. And then Kyobpa, he is little on the mountain, a small kind of cave for himself. He has a shrine there. So when he got up in the morning, make offering with the water, this, and then it is like earthquake shaking, and the birds are making such a great noise, and the birds are just running away, So there's something is happening. What's about that? And his attendant, there's one monk attendant, Kyobpa said, just you go out, what's happening? There's something is going on. Then that monk went out and noticed these three, his Kyobpa's senior disciple, now going. And he said to Kyobpa, these three are going out. So at that moment, if they leave, now I have no any reason to stay here. I will also leave. So he packed some of his belongings, put in his bag, then he just also went out. And then a little distance, they can see each other. Then Kyobpa thought, maybe if I call them back, they should come back, So then Kyobpa sing a song. So you three guys come back. This is the title of the song, So then Kyobpa said that, see, he said, this is the best place. You can't go to Father. There's no better place than this. There's no better teacher than me. There's no better audience, friend, disciples. There's no better teachings than we have. We have 6 years Narupa, the essence of the Vajrayana teaching. We have the Mahamudra, it's the essence of the Author Sutra's teaching. So you don't go further. Come back. Then he said, you remember at the time of Buddha, Shakyamuni in India, Buddha taught the Samadhiraja Sutra. And that time my name is called Chandra Barbhava Kumara. I accepted to promote this teaching. This is the time to promote the teaching. And that time, you guys promised to support me. And this is the time, So that you see, Kyobpa clearly see this, or saw this, And then they were so happy. So our Lama said, we should come back, so let's go back. And they made such, they danced on the piece of rock. They made a footprint on the rock. There's so beautiful things, So that's how Kyobpa was at the time of Buddha, this in Tibetan called Daishunu. Then when Buddha said, I will come, at that time, it's Jigten Sumpa. See? Because Jigten Sumpa talked all those essence of the Samadhi Raja Sutra. These are, teachings. So our teachers are like that, you see. So we're so fortunate, just meditate on them, develop devotion on them. Their bodhicitta, their compassion, their wisdom is always until the end of samsara. We just pray to them, reflect them, meditate on them, and practice what they taught. It's good. There are many, not only that, there are many accounts, there are many stories. As Jiddu Sungre says, the Buddha, This is one story.
Did Gampopa discipline the disciplinarian? Did Gampopa discipline the disciplinarian that pushed the three students out onto the road?
No, he didn't push. He was doing his he was doing his responsibility.
Yeah.
So Gampopa appreciate that. Yes, he said, you are doing a good job. But not necessarily everyone is same. You cannot judge everybody, There's some are more than others, Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is our born, it emanates, where is born, take issues, okay. Yeah. If you want to practice, then regular basis, you can just do the English, And this I had explained last time when I was here. You have the record this last time this teaching.
Yes.
You have, so you can share those who need, Okay. Yeah, this is a very short, very concise and profound. And yeah, like this Tiktusungun, this called Tiktusungun, his practice meditation that I was telling you that he was the Buddha. When Buddha said, I will come, there's him. And even the first Karmapa, he visited him. The Karmapa saw, perceived him, real Buddha, directly Buddha. And Karmapa said, I see you, Buddha, why? And he said, because my bodhicitta. See, he was perfected the practice of bodhicitta. That's why his bodhicitta teachings are so profound. A lot of emphasis on the bodhicitta. So here, what is empowerment here? We have that you see, light rays emanate from the Lama's body, speech, mind, and dissolve into my 4 places. 4 places means 4 places: forehead, throat, heart, and navel. These 4 places. A light from the Lama, Jitasungun, white light to your forehead, purifies your body, obscuration. Red light from the throat to your throat, purifies your speech, obscurations to negative karma speech. And the blue light from Jitasungu's heart into your heart. That time, all the mental obscurations, negative karmas purify. You receive the wisdom of the Buddhas into you. And from Jitasungu's navel, yellow light emanate, dissolve into your navel, purifies the duality, obscurations of duality. Then 4 places, thereby purifying the 4 obscurations, body, speech, mind, and duality purifies. Destroying the 4 empowerments is called, the first called vase empowerment. Second is called the secret empowerment. And the third is called the wisdom empowerment. The 4th is called the precious word empowerment, Mahamudra. So the 4 empowerments. 4 empowerments. And planting the seed of the 4 kayas, 4 bodies to Buddha, Dharmakaya. First, Dharmakaya. Second, Sambhogakaya. Third is called wisdom, the Dharmakaya. The 4th is called Saudharikakaya. Dharmakaya means emanation body. And then the Sambhogakaya means the enjoyment body. The Dharmakaya means the wisdom body. The soul of Avikakaya means the nature, the body of the nature as it is. So you see. And then after this, when you receive the 4 empowerments, and then you said, Lama, then dissolve into myself. Then you just melt into light that dissolve into you. And all your obscurations still totally purified. And then you dissolve into emptiness. Okay, total emptiness. Siddhasika dissolve into myself. And then my mind is now natural luminosity, emptiness. So then your mind, as it is, luminosity means free from all the extremes, obstructions. then nature is emptiness. Emptiness, but clear. As yesterday we went to know, it's clear, emptiness, and you just rest there. So that time, this called the total state to your Buddha nature, as it is unfabricated, you know. So this is why. So when you die, if you receive this for empowerment this way, purify, and you just relax there. If you die with this, without doubt, you'll be in a better place, rebirth. You know? It's called expression Dharmakaya power. Okay. But more detailed explanations, you can share the record.
Right,
Okay, with others, those who don't have.
it's on YouTube, anybody can see it now.
Okay,
That's right.
okay. Okay. Now we chant first in English, then first in Tibetan, then English, okay? Oh, what's your body, speech, mind, just relax. And without any expectations or nothing except, you know, when we say the big opening prayer, take refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and then cultivate bodhicitta. This thing we call yeah.
Vajradhara, embodiment of the three jewels. I take refuge in you and will until I attain enlightenment. Sentient beings, victims of confused projection suffering, I generate the mindset for enlightenment in order to establish you in a non-abiding state.
Doro je jan je den so sha do ju me je ma de chan de se jo je de je so me
Lord Vajradhara, Drikung, sits on a seat of defense strength, 4 fearlessnesses, and 18 unmixed dharmas, with the radiant light of the major and minor marks of love, compassion, and bodhicitta, and non-conceptual enlightenment activities, reaching all my greatest equally.
So we chant this way, when we chant the mantra, we, from the visualization, we have Chitta-sukha in front of us. So you meditate from the body, wisdom body of Chitta-sukha, light radiate to all the sentient beings in the world, everywhere, and purify their obscurations, mental afflictions, purify their sickness, all are fully purified, and establish all sentient beings into the enlightened state, total peace and happiness. So with this mind, we can chant the mantra. Om
You are the past, my of the future. and stop committing others. The realization of love, the fearless Ratna Shri, Lord, you can see what I so
La mergo
Light rays takes from the side, speech and mind, and dissolved in my four places, thereby purifying the postulations, bestowing the glory of powers, and planting seeds of the four eyes, and the Lama and dissolves in myself. My mind is now in natural luminosity and emptiness. Through both the innate virtue and the virtue accumulated in the three times by all of samsara and nirvana. May I and all sentient beings filling space, none left out, realize the co-emergent ultimate reality and attain the final state of non-violence in existence or peace.
Yes, first is
Page 14.
page 14. If I say a few words here, of the dedication to perform as we have went through, dedication. So here, maybe I will little, make a little clear about this practice. Those who are new. Here, first he said here, glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root in lineage lamas and yogis, yoginis, and dakinis dwelling in the 10th direction. Please, 10th direction, please hear my prayers, means establish all the enlightened beings in front of us. So help me to accomplish all the dedication prayers. So you all help me to accomplish my practice, dedication. Then, what need to be dedicated? What are the, that you are dedicating? So, may the virtues collected in the three times, past, present, future, myself and all sentient beings, in samsara and nirvana. As I mentioned other day, samsara, the 6 realms of the sentient beings, nirvana, Sharvaka, Pratik Buddha, Bodhisattva, Buddha, all the virtues that is the past, present, future that we have accumulated. Nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, this is the Buddha nature, not result in the 8 only concern the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sharvakas and Patik Buddhas. No, not wasting my virtues to these things. So what I need, what I want is this. All Mother Sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the hordes of demons, may all this experience happiness, be separated from, be experience happiness, loving kindness, be separated from suffering, compassion, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. See, we just went through that, it's all here. So this is one section of dedication. Now let's hear, by the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, mind. Just take example, this earth The earth is just, serves all the sentient beings, human beings, animals, birds, insects, all who abide on this earth. We get the food from this earth. We get growth from this earth. We build house on this earth. And then you see, sometimes I see, beyond my mind, look at the cars. Oh, this cars is made from what?
Metal.
Metal. It's coming from earth. Now you imagine how many cars in the world. Not only in the United States, but all over the other countries. Every year there's so many cars coming. Cars are made because of the earth. See, how many aeroplanes are built? Trains are made. Buses are made because of the earth. All the resources coming from the earth. The earth is providing all that we need. Just keep giving, until it's fully exhausted. So like say, my body, which mind, be like the earth, a source of peace and happiness to everyone. We just meditate that. So precious Mother Earth. Well, we're destroying the earth, still she's giving. No. Okay, so that's nice, Preach. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not rise in my mind. You see, we just help me, those enlightened beings in front of me, help me to purify these all my mental afflictions. Just say this prayer, because they do, as we have discussed, they do nothing but only give the suffering. These mental afflictions, here just mention few of them. Their responsibility is only to give the suffering, nothing else. They will never give us peace and happiness. So these negative thoughts may not rise in my mind. While you are practicing, say these prayers. See. And next is that may the attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not rise for even a moment. So this here is may the attachment, you see. This doesn't mean you not become famous. Doesn't mean you become rich, but attachment to this. You can be very famous, like Buddha, like Milarepa, can be famous, but they have no attachment. So there's no suffering. See, attachment to these things brings the suffering. You can be very rich. You can be very famous. You are known everywhere. But if you have no attachment, if people say bad things you don't worry about. If people say good things about you, you don't have attachment. See, that makes the mind peace, a peaceful mind. You see. And then without attachment to this If you're famous, then you can do so many things. You can help so many sentient beings. Freely, you just do things. You give freely, no attachment, no expectation. See? So this this one is one. Then next, may my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space, you see. Now what you want? So I want my mind to be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. Then I'm rich with bodhicitta, wisdom, practice of the six paramitas, all these excellent qualities. So then I benefit so many sentient beings, as you see, become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. Because your love and compassion pervaded to all sentient beings. So I can benefit all everywhere without any limit. So then may I experience the attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. See, this is what we want. Meditate on this. So this one said. Then the next is not conjunction with this, separate. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. Say, may I not die with a lot of pain. So sometimes very physical pain there. As an ordinary being, it's difficult to contemplate on the meditation. Your all attention is taken by this pain. Just a crucial pain, relentless pain. So may I not have that. May I not die with the negative thoughts, anger, hatred, attachment when you die. At the time of death, very careful not to give rise to these thoughts. Did I tell you a story last time? Have you heard of Ashoka?
Yeah.
King Ashoka was one of the most famous king in India, a Buddhist king. He was a Buddhist. First, he was not Buddhist. He made a war, battle. No. He slaughters people, hundreds of thousands, and the stream of blood running, Now they call Orissa. You have the state called Orissa. That time it's called Kalinga. Then one day he saw a Buddhist monk flying in the sky. And I said, who's that? Made him such a great impression, curious. As a powerful person, then asked his minister, who's that? Just look for. And then he found this Buddhist monk. Then he took him as his teacher. Then he became Buddhist. Then the teacher taught him how to build strength within his mind. Merit, accumulate great merit, wisdom. This. And the teacher advised him to do this, do this, do this, do that. Then he just continued. Then you see he practiced the ahimsa, non-violence, not taking life. And he became very famous. And he became a king of whole India. And India became so big country. So he became such a great service to Buddha's teaching. So then he sent missionaries to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, all those. Actually, he sent his daughter to Sri Lanka. She took a Bodhi tree, a branch of Bodhi tree from Dharmakaya to Sri Lanka, still is there. And he sent missionary to Kashmir, Pakistan, Afghanistan. All this became Buddhist. Then he built called Ashoka Pillar. Have you heard of that? In those holy places like Bodhi Gaya, Sarnath, and Sharavasti, he built pillar, white pillar, tall. On the top, then 4 lion faces. Nobody, the pillar still exists, not broken. But other pillars, then when the Muslim came from Iran, Iran to Afghanistan, Pakistan to India, and then destroyed all. They broke all the pillars. You can see still the broken pillars in Sadhana there. So that's how he became so famous and served the Buddha's teaching so well known. Such a powerful king. And when he was old, got old, and then one day he got sick. And the sick, I don't know how long, but he was sick and he was laying on the bed. Looks like it was in the summer, in the hot country, So the servant maid, got, using the fan to wake the wind to cool him. And the maid was waving the fan day and night. And then because she getting sleep, And then the fan dropped on his head. Well, he was very sick, And that time, then when I was young, even people can't look at me, Everybody bow to me, even the great ministers. But now when I'm sick and old, even this poor man, throwing fan on my head. He got upset. And with that, he died.
Oh.
You see, he died. And then his teacher was looking his rebirth. Oh, my king was maybe reborn in a very special place, He deserves that. He looked around and couldn't find. Finally, he found his rebirth in his garden with a giant snake. So the teacher just ran after that. He ran there. So how you are my great king, how you can reborn in the snake, So the snake closed the eye and the mouth and died there. So then reborn a better place. You see. So at the time of what I'm saying is at the time of death, we should be very, as I mentioned, Guru Yoga, you do this. You may have not much ability to think on this, but mentally, you just meditate. And then receive these 4 empowerments, step by step, and dissolve into you. And you meditate yourself, become inseparable. You may have a lot of pain. So at that time, my pain that I have sufficient to purify the pains of all sentient beings. Maintain your mind, loving kindness, compassion, and emptiness. You just die this way. If you could die this way, then your rebirth will be really good place. So Dharma is good when you are living. Dharma is good when you are dying. Dharma is always good all the time. And even if you go to sleep, if you do this short yoga for 10-15 minutes, you will get better sleep. Because it is all into you, relaxes your muscle, loses all your tension, and you get much benefit. So this, may I not die with the negative thoughts, okay? May I not die confused by wrong view. Then sometimes you may think, maybe there's no next life. Maybe there's no karma, Because a lot of things going in the mind, then this doubt may rise. So make sure not to rise these negative thoughts, May I not die with the negative thoughts, and may I not die this confused by wrong view, may I not experience an untimely death. So now what you want? May I die joyfully and happily. This is one we have, untimely death. The death.
It's at the bottom of the paragraph above. May I not experience an untimely.
Yeah. May I not experience untimely death. Yeah. Means we have the precious human life. We'll die one day anyway, but not untimely death. Now there are a lot of people die untimely, like car accidents, the airplane accidents, war, fighting in the war, killing in the war. A lot of people die untimely. So the reason because we have the precious human life. As long as we live, we practice Dharma. Bodhicitta. Always bring bodhicitta into your heart. Meditate on this. Create this. So then with this, may I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such, and the prevailing clarity of Dharma. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo, at least in the bardo. So I say this prayer. Yes, now.